good evening and welcome back. Welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxford, back in the shows, the one and only Allbear. Evening, Allbear.
Evening, mate. How are you?
I was all right when the final whistle went. It was a nervy watch. We should have put the game to bed, mate. We should have won the game in 90 minutes, if I'm being honest, but we never. What's your thoughts?
Something similar, mate. Something similar. I mean, you're looking at it, and as I said to you earlier on, we were 1-0 down. I thought, here we go. We thought a new way how to get beat. It was unbelievable. I mean, that was the stupidest goal in the world. They lost, but there you go. That's just Rangers, isn't it? To be fair, the part wasn't. Sorry, mate.
Warner running with his horn up, mate.
Oh, I know. It's silly, isn't it? It's just. I mean, after that game yesterday, I seen that goal that Man U scored. See, something similar, know what I mean? The second runner just keeps running. The first runner just doesn't bother touching the ball at all. But no, he's offside. I'm going. These offside rules, nobody actually truly understands them. So you just play right to when they blow the whistle, put the flag up. But no, we don't. And we already let a goal in. Why no? I mean, we didn't even bother chasing that guy down either. But he puts it in, then the flag is up.
Same guy was standing offside. Who scored the goal? Who scored the one that was disallowed? Yeah.
Aye. But the pitch wasn't good. I'll give them that.
Okay. We started the game, and I thought for the first part of the game, Tillman's done some good things. We've seen the good and the bad in him and Sakala together. You know, they've done some lovely things, and also at times Tillman get caught, particularly going the ring wide deep, and the whole it's just that inexperience to get caught in the ball. But we should be in front. We've got to make more chances. When we've got to work goalies more when we've got that possession all better.
Aye, we're not clinical enough. That's what folks were saying. We know this, but we don't. But we seem to never be able to fix it. I don't know why we can't fix it. Because I'm not saying we create a lot of chances, but if we do create some chances, and you go, see, we could just take a bigger portion, and then what a difference it would make. It really would make a huge difference. But again, us being us, isn't it? It's always a slog, isn't it? It's always a slog. But as we said before the game, it wasn't bothered with the performance. It was a victory, it could, and they got the victory, so 10 out of 10.
Yeah, so we had a warning. They had a warning when they had the goal disallowed, and rightly so. And then, well, the boy is standing offside, or he runs offside, and the flag doesn't go up the modern way, and then the other boy runs. Bonner's got about 10 yards start there and puts his horn up. Now, I get it all, Bear. I get that. But narians, players, officials, fans, pundits, nobody really knows the rules. But whatever you've got to do as a defender now, you've got to play the whistle. Correct?
Oh, aye. You had to do that for your wee boy anyway. You disregard these rules. But for some odd reason, your players think you don't have to anymore.
Mm-hmm. So Bonner, for me, a lapse in concentration. So we lose the goal, and we get our way back in it, and we huffed and puffed, and we never really created much. And then we started pushing them back, and they started going deep, and we scores a good goal with the idea deflection, good move, good goal. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think, for then on in, I thought, well, up until then, I thought that Ryan Kent tried to go on the ball, make things happen. Best attacking player, I think, of the piece for us today was Ryan Kent. So we get the equaliser. And for me, when we've got them on toast, we should go and finish the game. Yeah, our decision-making at times lets us down. And then there was a big moment, the red card, mate, straight red all day long, yeah?
Okay, definitely, mate. I mean, that wasn't just a leg break. That's a career-ending tackle. That one, that was bad. That was bad.
Aye, all day long, red card. So we then get a man advantage, and we get to extra time. And my mate, with the lovely gloves, comes on, bit of magic, puts it into Kemar Roof, puts it in the goal, 2-1. Yeah, we've got him in toast by this time, all better, haven't we?
Okay, I mean, it's no bother. And you're saying, right, just go and put that third goal and kill this, and then we all can have a nice last 15 minutes or whatever it was to go. Nope. No us. We're down to 10 men. We're 2-1 up. We're coasting it. We're holding the ball and comfortable. And all of a sudden, we start contriving angles that let them get to us. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable when you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah,
because they were never in the game, mate.
Oh, to the last 5 minutes where they just put the high balls in. But what I will say is, in the last 5 minutes, McGregor makes 2 saves. I don't think their goalie made a save after we went 2-1 up, mate. So,
I don't think so.
if you get a chance to watch it, it's quite comedy gold. If you watch their goal with the Roof's goal, he dives after the ball's in the net. Have a look at it.
But I mean, that second goal, if you think about it, I know for us, one of our players runs away from defenders, gets to the byline, cuts the ball back to one of our players who's stood in the net in an empty space, and he taps in the net. It's no rocket science, is it, mate? It's just no rocket science, is it? You're sitting going, how do we know they're as near off? What is... We shouldn't want to score this perfect goal, but there you are. Run away for a defender, cut the ball back to your centre forward who's standing in space, and he taps it into the net. That's it. Job done.
All right, we'll get these phone lines opened if that's all right with you, mate.
Aye, carry on, mate.
So give us a call on 0141 356 1972. Phone in, speak to the reception, and we'll phone you back. Right, so we played some decent stuff at times. Some nice passes, some nice touches. A lot of things was good. You know, I didn't think Lundstrom had his greatest game. I thought his passes were short a lot. Well, I'll put something down to the surface. I'll cut everybody a break. The surface was atrocious, mate. Why was one of them games not played Wednesday and Saturday, mate? Wednesday and Saturday. Give the part a couple of days to recover, give the ground staff time to work on it. Scotland getting bad weather in January. Oh, remind me, we used to have a winter break. Albert.
Aye, you winter break, aye. That was a good idea, wasn't
it? When was that break? When was that winter break?
Oh, it was in January, wasn't it?
First 2 weeks of January.
Aye, first 2 weeks in January.
Was that because traditionally the weather could be bad, so we have a game on a park.
Two games?
To back. Yeah, 2 games, back to back, yeah. With less than 24 hours. 22 hours, I think, between the kick-offs.
It's the clever people that run their game that the rest of the Scottish football seem to admire. So there you are. That's a sample of their thinking. No, I mean, it's smashing. Hope the day more. It's good. I just wonder how stupid they can get. And by the way, they don't let you down. They don't let you down because they come up with new ways every time. But aye, the part was a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. But for 2 teams, by the way, no. So let's reach the thing. It was just us. For 2 teams, it was bad for 2 teams. But they coped with it, I thought, a bit better in the first half with their tactics, just putting the ball at the top of us. That's the way you play the parts. You don't try and run or dribble or pass on the parts. You just hit the ball with the defenders, let the defenders turn and let them have the problem with dealing with one of the awkward bouncing balls on a rutted park. So I thought they done all right when it came to that. But hey, if you said earlier on, if we're clinical, we take them apart. We really do take them apart if we're clinical, but we're no. That's just us. We're no, and we haven't been for years. Sorry, mate, ranting.
Aye, we'll get there. We'll get there. I think I can see if I'm looking at that today. Ryan Kent wants to sign a new contract, and Alfredo doesn't sure what he wants to do. Just watching that. No, I'm not saying I would give Ryan a contract. I'm not saying he will sign a contract, but I'm just looking at the performances of the Albert.
Well, see the way I look at they two. I've had enough thought on they two. I want to give them contracts, but we've tried to sign players. So why are we not trying to do swap deals with clubs with they two? The new, rather than wait to the summertime when they're going to walk away with no for nothing anyway. So why are we not doing swap? We're looking for players. So make a deal. Make a deal with new. Use them as part of the deal.
They've gone nowhere with weeks left in their contract.
I know, but you never know. You never know if it's the right team, mate. So you never know.
Funny enough, I wouldn't have took Morelos off when he did. I thought he was coming into the game as we were going forward. But anyway, I think we'll be joined by Willie. Evening, Willie.
How you doing, mate? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you doing?
No bad, mate. Obviously, I haven't been on the phone for 2 or 3 seasons now, but I still keep in touch with JFK a wee bit through Facebook and and he's mobile, you know. I thought it was a great game. And I don't like, I says to Fox, I don't like giving these swines any praise at all, because they don't turn up against the Mankey mob. But to be fair to them, they made it a good game today. That pitch was an absolute disgrace. Now, obviously, I appreciate the heavy rain that we had all yesterday, last night, etc., etc. But I can only hope that Roof's all right, because he did fall heavily, and that should have been a foul, because the boy caught him.
It looked to me
but I thought we really all played well today. To me, Ryan Jack was absolutely immense. He ran the show from start to finish, and he's my man of the match.
Albert, I've given it to another Ryan, but I thought Ryan.
So did you give it to Kent? Aye.
I gave it to Kent, but Albert, what's your thoughts?
You could end it to him. In fact, we Fashy really got it as well. I thought he done well. He influenced the game again. But Jack had a good game. I'll give him that. He really did. In fact, he picked up for where he left off against the Dundee United game.
Willie, I think you get your telly or something on the background you want to talk.
I've got Sky Sports News on. Just a wee second. Sorry, Ox, mate. Hold on.
Right. Carry on, Albert.
So as I say, any two of them could have got the man of the match. Jack did play a good game. I'll give him that. He really did. He faded in the first half, I thought, for a wee while, and then he came back into it later on. Same as Morelos. I thought Lundstrom was done the same thing. But Ryan Kent, he does a lot of running about, and he does a lot of dribbling with the ball. See if he could just be a bit more lethal with his final pass or his shot. What a player he'd be.
Aye, his numbers, as we've discussed a lot on the Albert, his numbers have to improve. You know, you need to get yourself 6 goals like a season, like Kmart Roof's got, and 6 spectacular ones every season. And then in a good season, another couple. And all of a sudden, you're scoring 12 to 15. His numbers have got to improve, Albert. Albert? Oh.
You hear me?
No, can't keep talking.
Oh, here's go again.
No, I hear you. But his numbers have got to improve, mate, yeah?
Aye, definitely, mate. We've said it for long enough now. If he could get his numbers up, I don't understand why he doesn't shoot more. I really don't. Because he has got a decent shot on both feet. It's surprising. It really is surprising. But I'll tell you one thing. See if he does get his numbers up. We're talking about £20-25 million player. No bother. If he gets his numbers up.
Big if. It's a big if. But ultimately, Willie, our aim was to get through, and we got through, yeah?
Aye, absolutely. As I say, my brother and I, you know what my brother's like as well. Obviously spoke to him before. We were kind of arguing about whether or not he should have brought Scotty Arfield on. But again, bringing on Ruth and even Scott Wright, his decisions have been impeccable. You can't argue him. Every decision that he's ever made since he came in the door has worked. So fair play to him. What do we know? You know, we're only paying the money.
He's Scott Wright one, and Scotty wasn't influenced the game much. I think he was coming on earlier. But till we got
a great ball, but for the goal, you know what I mean? And the wee touch again for Ruth. I mean, the boy's class. He definitely has class. It's just if we can keep him fit. And as I say, the way he went down and he was holding his elbow and his shoulder, I don't know, any harm. I just hope he's all right, you know, especially playing in that kind of surface. But as I say, that part was a bloody disgrace, you know.
It looked to me as if it could have been a dislocated shoulder, Albert.
I think it's a dislocated elbow, mate. I think that's what's happened to him.
Right, we'll see. Can he
catch
it?
I don't know if you can dislocate your elbow, but it looked he was holding his elbow.
I think he can. Anyway, we've been joined with our medical expert. Well, he used to be a gynaecologist. How we doing, Davey?
You called me a diver. I'm a lot happier now, but as I said last night about when we were talking about lighting the flavour at him, you know, getting to the final, that was what that was all about. And just what that last chap said, the park was an absolute disgrace. And that says a lot to win that game, win that state of that. But what I was going to, at the park, what I was going to ask you was, can anybody explain what that first goal we lost was all about. Because to me, this is my explanation. Playing outside, Barisic is all over the place. McGregor should have been out to kick that ball into Rose's head. I don't care what anybody says.
Do you not think McLaughlin might have saved that?
I don't think McGregor's getting there. I think with the modern rule, you've got to play the whistle. Borna gives him, the guy stops, the other guy runs through. All better. Another day you're offside. No, you're onside.
What I mean, to be fair to McGregor, I don't think McGregor had any part to play in it. But I think Bonner did, and I think Davis did. The two of them didn't cover their sailing glory. Bonner for stopping, and then I need to go, and then for Davis letting that guy cut across him like that, or getting behind him. Sorry, that was bad. That's bad defending all round. But hey, it's one of the crazy goals, isn't it? You're sitting going, if you'd have lost the game with that goal, man, you'd have been absolutely fuming. But
can I ask you this?
No, we didn't.
Wait a minute, one at a time. This will no work. I'll need to let the two of you go. Right, on you go.
Sorry,
David. That's all right. On you go. It wasn't you. It was that David who terrible manners that day. On you go, David.
No, I don't see how you can't say you can't say the goalkeeper was to blame there. If he's a young goalkeeper, I'll ask you this. See, when that ball went through, I'm looking for McGregor coming out to boot that. And he never appeared because he'll not come out.
Hello?
Carl, turn your telly off.
I've just turned it off, Ox.
You're meant to turn it off before you come on, mate. It's no difficult.
Wait a minute, I know it's no difficult, but my missus likes hearing you talking. You must have a sexy James Bond voice or something.
I'm fed up phoning at night.
No, less of that. Come on.
Right, Albert.
Hello.
We're getting the creme de creme tonight.
Oh, I know. This crew, man. What's happened to you, by the? Is this a wardrobe foot that's phoned in or something? What's happening here?
All relief.
Right, we'll be joined by Carl. How are we doing, Carl?
I'm doing all right, Ox. How are you? I hope you had a nice new year and a bad run into the end of last season. But can I say something? I just want to touch on the Ryan Kent thing. My head's gone spinning. All you people that think Ryan Kent's going to be good, what happens? Now, Beale can leave at any time. Beale's got him playing. Beale's got him doing this. Ryan Kent's going to be super. But if Beale leaves, is he going to spit a dummy out again? If he gets a contract or takes a contract? Let's face it, man. Get rid of people that don't want to play for us. Done. I don't care.
On that performance today, because we're on to talk about the day's match, Albert, Ryan Kent had a good game.
Oh, had a good game today, aye. Definitely a good game today.
A lot of bad decisions.
But I'm with you. I'm not arguing with you. I wouldn't give him a contract either. But you don't critique him on the day. He did play well today.
He did, aye. I agree with that. I mean, I think he's better inside. But at the same time, if Beale pulls up stakes and buggers off.
Well, I agree, mate. I get where you're coming from, and I agree with you. Totally agree with you. You never know. I say that with this whole team. You never know what mood they're going to come out in.
That's exactly.
Sorry, mate. Carry on.
No, that's exactly what I mean. If you don't want to play for the jersey,
right. All right.
Don't be there. Go away.
I'm sure we'll be debating that as the week goes on. But we're talking about the day's game. And Davey, Ryan Kent was one of our better players today.
All day long. I don't know how you can ever go at the guy because he's been spot on the last few games. And
wow.
Everybody's due their opinion, but I mean, I tell you this: if you look back just before Gio left, see if we had played the same team that we had then, we wouldn't have won that today.
I think Ben Davis. What the thing that got to me, and I don't know what you think, disappointing was for all we dominated that game of the piece. Our goalie had to make too many saves.
I thought absolutely shot stopping was. I mean, there must have been at least 3 really, really good world class saves, and he kept us in the game.
You know, right at the death, he had to make a save. We're still giving away too many chances. You know.
We just seem to switch off at the wrong times, Ox, you know. But at the end of the day, we've won the game. We're through to the semi-final. Let's go.
Final.
Sorry, the final. Sorry, Albert, you're right enough. I stand corrected.
You know. Anyway, but
not for the first time.
who's Sean for you, Davy? Who's Sean for you? What players did you think? I don't agree with you that was McGregor's ball. People could put up an argument about him saving the ball when it comes in. That's a different thing. I don't think he's running out his goal, you know, to get that ball. But who's Sean for you?
But I make this might sound a bit weird, but I thought Sakala was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Albert agreed with that, didn't you, Albert?
Oh, I like the way I told you this. He's influenced the game. He doesn't have to be brilliant all the time, but he's always involved in the game. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but he's in the game. I like players like that. I don't like players that float in and out of games and you don't see them for 20 and 25 minutes a game. That way, man, you see for the full 90 minutes, good or bad, but he's in the game.
Carl, we won the game today. It was all semi-finals are all about winning.
It's great, isn't it?
Aye, it's all.
Came out he's Weetabix, man. He's a bit of Weetabix.
You know. But then hopefully we wish him the best. But
of course they do, but don't put milk on him for God's sake. You know, because it'll just crumble, man.
I think the whole support are thinking the same thing, all better.
Oh, I know, he's made of chocolate, and it's not right. I mean, he went down the other day, you looked at that in a soft pitch, and he's not getting up, and you're saying, wasn't it that bad a fall, was it? Really, honestly, it wasn't. Okay, it might have been a foul, but come on. And next time...
I know he's got a great record goal for games, but come on.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Maybe the guy's just the unluckiest player in the world.
I'll tell you something. Right, I worked...
Just wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
If you're going to keep talking, it doesn't work. Finish, Albert. Wait to hear your name. Write it on your horn, Carl, so you don't forget. Carry on.
I can't write, Ox.
Carry on, Albert.
He just might be the unluckiest player in the world, but at the moment he's just made of chocolate. But we can't. I don't think anybody is arguing about his ability. His ability is there. You see it. He is a player. There's no doubt about it. He's a goal scorer and he is a player, a good football brain and everything. It's just that his body seems to let him down a hell of a lot.
Carl?
Oh, God. Hey, come on. I mean, the guy's got a great record for scoring, but you can't have a player that doesn't play for 9 months and scores 1 goal. You can't keep him in the squad. I'm sorry. It's one of the things. I keep saying, Alec Lowry, he's not played enough football. Put him in the B team, right? You know what I mean? But a first team player can come in without playing any games and play in the first team. How does that work? Work it out for me. For any B team player, by the way, not just Alec Lowry. I've got a thing about that now, you know. Different
stages in their career, and obviously he did look quite fit when he came on with concerning. He didn't look fit last week, in my opinion, Willie. And then he gets a goal, so the manager got it right, and bang, then it looks as if he's got an arm injury.
His touch for the goal was absolutely sublime, Fox. I mean, the guy's a finisher. He's a goal scorer. He's just been so unlucky with injuries. But he was injured before we signed him. You know, whether that's Ross Wilson's fault or whatever, but his goal return, you can't argue. And look at that goal he scored for us in Europe. I mean, even Stephen Gerrard said he's never seen anything like that live before, ever.
No. My mate, old Davy, Scott Wright, immaculate, come on, lovely. Gloves were perfect and everything.
That well turned out.
And then he made the goal, Davy, didn't he?
Oh, the substitution was spot on, folks. It was right on the button because they were getting where they should be, knackered, because they were defending for the best part of that game. And I think when we're talking about Roof, I think we're all being a wee bit on the critical side regarding nobody knows what's wrong with that guy. And to say he's made of chocolate, you don't know what his condition is for coming off there. It could be anything. So till we find out, you can't criticise.
I think people are putting 2 and 2 together. They might be coming up with 5, David, but with his past record, you're assuming it's going to be an injury. Might be wrong, but you're assuming that. Albert, Wright did turn the game with that run, didn't he? He did.
Absolutely, he did. Oh, of course he did. No doubt about that. No enough of it. It shows you how simple as football can be. You know what I mean? Run by a player, run by two players, cut it back to your centre forward standing in a space, he taps it in. I mean, it's that easy football, but we make it difficult. And if that boy would do more of that and commit himself to the game and actually commit himself to these forward runs, you've got a player. But he'll hide again. He'll go away and hide again. Doesn't want. Well, late on in the game he done it. But anyway, he did make a difference, and he arguably him and Roof win the game for Rangers. So that's what counts, mate. That's what counts.
Michael Beale, if you're sitting right, he'll say he got it right with the substitutions, will he? The guy come on, made the goal, one come on and scored the goal.
Absolutely, that's what I was saying when stupid Arsenal were sorry, but when we were arguing about the fact of how did they bring Scotty Arfield on as an impact player, although he did come on and made a good contribution. But the bottom line is you can't fault him because every decision he makes has worked and it's worked in our favour. And actually, Scott Wright as well as making the goal, he actually looked the part. He looked as if he was a lot more interested. And but to come back to the first half, I thought Tillman put in no a bad shift. Because usually he's kind of in and out the game, but I thought he was pretty good in the first half. I must admit.
He was the best player in the first half an hour. Right, lads, I'm going to let you go because we're going to let Carl and Molly. We're going to hear from the manager. Thanks
right, bye bye.
Right, good to hear from you, Carl. Good to hear from you, Molly. Take it easy.
We are a people, mate. No surrender.
Yes, we are, mate. We are. We're going to get yourself to mute because we're going to hear from your manager, Michael Beale.
Michael, your Rangers team is through to the League Cup final. Firstly, how does that feel?
I'm delighted for the fans, I'm delighted for the players, I'm delighted for everybody. You know, semi-finals are there to be won. We've had other days out here where we haven't got what we deserve, but I thought today we did. It was a strong performance. We found ourselves 1-0 behind, and that took a lot of character and mentality. And so I've just said that to the boys in there. Well done. You've come back from 1-0 down in the semi-final where you didn't rush it. You kept playing our football. And we scored 2 excellent goals. And I'm delighted. We could have maybe scored 1 or 2 more. I have to say, fair play to Aberdeen. They put on a really strong performance today as well. And it was a tough challenge, that game. But I think it was right that we won, and I'm just delighted for everybody.
What was the message at half-time? Obviously, the team were 1-0 down at that point, but again, they showed their fighting spirit.
Spoke about how we wanted the second 45 to go, how we wanted to feel, we wanted to keep playing. We felt we were the more dominant team in the game, and that we had to improve our last pass and shot. And if we went and scored, we felt we would run the legs down a little bit. Obviously, the sending off takes them down to 10 men. But in the whole game, you know, the pitch don't help. We're playing against a low block on a bad pitch. It's a hard pitch to play on. It was tough on the legs, but the mentality and character of this group's outstanding, and it has been since I've been back, but it has been for the months before that as well. And I'm absolutely delighted for everyone. As I say, semi-finals are there to be won. We've won, we park it now, and we go to Killy looking for 3 points on Wednesday.
You mentioned the pitch there, and if I can ask you about Ryan Jack, of course, scored with a superb goal, but great passage of play before that as well.
Yeah, and listen, we had one moment after that as well, I think, where Fashion Zakala takes a deflection and goes wide to go 3-1, which would have been a magnificent goal. Within that game today, there was lots and lots of things to be happy about, lots of things that give me real positive signs moving forward. But obviously, when you go 1-0 down the semi-final, everyone don't see that until you get 2-1 up. We won the game. I'm delighted for everyone. And we get to come back here in a month's time and reward our fans for their fantastic support today. It would have been wrong if we'd have sent them home having not won that game.
I'm sure you always want your substitutes to have an impact, of course. How pleasing was it to see Scott Wright make that run, and of course the finish from Kmart as well?
Well, I keep saying to Scott Wright, he's a much better player when he's direct and takes the 1v1, and we spoke about it in front of the group in the week. I wanted the other players to force him to do that more as well, and he likes it at Hampden, doesn't he? He scored here in the cup final, and fantastic run today, and Kamar Roof with a finish, and that's what we're looking for. As we get everybody back and fit, you'll see the strength of our Rangers squad.
You must feel a real sense of pride in terms of the way the team are performing. I mentioned the fighting spirit, of course, but they're on a good run just now, a good bit of momentum building up.
Yeah, I won't say too much to them about it, because in 3 days' time we have to go down to Kilmarnock, and it'll be a tough game, and then we've got to go to Perth and the cup game at St Johnstone. But when we find a break, we'll look back and see how far we've come in a small period of time. And as I say, Gio and his staff started this journey, and it's nice today to win, to get us to a cup final and everyone together in a month's time. But before then, let's make sure that we have a strong league campaign and get through to the next round of the Scottish Cup, because we're the holders.
And just finally, can I ask you about Kmart? You obviously have to come off late, which I'm sure might be a wee bit of concern for you.
Well, it's not a dislocation, I'm told. I'm told it's a heavy landing, so he'll have an X-ray on it tomorrow. It's very sore at the moment, so he can't catch a break at the minute. He comes back, scores the winner in a big game, and then has to go off injured. So I feel for him. I feel for Antonio Cholak, who's barely played 45 minutes under me as well. So if we can get them two fitting around the squad, the way the other attackers are playing, it gives us real optimism for the future.
I think he's seen the game very much like us all, but
Aye, did, mate. Aye, sorry. I was on mute there. I was doing a bridge.
all right, okay.
Aye, he's pretty honest there, and he's a pretty fair assessment as well, you know what I mean? But you're right saying that if we'd have walked out of there and get beat, it would have been an injustice, because we definitely deserve to win the game. There's no doubt about that.
Aye. Davey, it's funny, isn't it, that Kilmarnock will be the best pitch we're playing, and that be this day, the day for the next 7 days, it'll be the best surface we'll play on. Shows you how bad it's there.
I mean, know what that's like, you know. But that'll take a lot out of these guys. But
Heavy pitch,
I thought he was very straight with his conversation there, Michael Beale. That's what I like about the guy. He gets to the point, and it's a point that all the supporters can get a grip of. You know, that's where the difference was with Gio. He was a bit on the deep side of his conversation, but this boy's... And the thing is, if he can do what he's doing now, with what we watched today, Graham, what's he going to be like once he gets his hands on who he wants to play? I think it looks really promising.
I get that, mate. If you think we're going to improve as we get, he gets his own players. I understand that. But we'll concentrate on today's game. I'm sure we'll be talking about transfers and that as the week goes on. I thought that Ben Davis strolled it again today. He was involved in a goal, but he could do a lot of it, really, could he?
Nah, I thought he should have read the play a wee bit better. You know, once Bonner had made a trumpet of it, I thought he'd have. But that's been super critical. You know what I mean? Class act. The boy's a good player. Really is a good player. Reads the game brilliant, and he's decent in the air. Well on the ground, he picks the right pass near enough every time, which is a huge benefit. Tavernier and Barisic could learn a lot off him just by watching where he plays the pass, when he plays the pass, because he is. I like him a lot, actually. I think he's the best defender since like Helander, put it that way.
I get it. It doesn't seem to get flustered, Davey. Keeps it simple, but doesn't get flustered.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you're talking about the goal, I felt he got caught out a bit when he was thought they were playing offside, and then that guy got a bit of run on him. So he was out of position a wee bit by the time the ball came out, which they all were. But you can see the difference between what we've got and what we had. You know, with Colson and the boy Davis, and we've got Mary come. I think it's really promising. I think.
I get it, mate. As we get more players back in competition, more creative players. Some of our more creative players have been. Albeit Hadji and Tom Lawrence, particular, yeah.
Aye, a bit of ability in that, a bit more ability in that midfield. Aye, definitely, mate. They will all make a difference. There's no doubt about it. Don't get me wrong. They all can't play. I know they all can't play with Lowry, Lawrence, Hadji, Tillman, and so on. You know, but you can pick and match, you know what I mean, to suit the occasion and how a game's panning out. It's good that you can bring them on, and they will make a difference. Like Roof did today, Wright did today. That's what you're looking for, isn't it, mate? The game's not going too good. You look at that bench and you've got decent players to bring on and try and make a difference. And that's what we've been lacking for a while now, isn't it? Just think, by the way, about 4, 5, maybe even 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago, if we'd got in that situation today, there's no much chance of us pulling it out the fire, is there?
No, and I don't know what's happened, but obviously our fitness levels look a wee bit better, than what they were. So, was there something wrong? I don't know. I'm sure it'll come out in the wash eventually, Davey. Yeah?
Oh, definitely, but I think what's happening there is that he's such, in the short time he's been there, he's sussed out, and I heard them mentioning about the training aspect to it, and I've heard people criticising Van Bronckhorst wasn't doing anything in that department. There was all sort of positions, but you can, even Ryan Jack looks fitter. That might sound weird, but I thought he's come on great in the last 2 or 3 games.
Well, I'm going to say, I didn't think Ryan Jack 90 minutes in him, never mind 120 most of the time the last few months.
Yep. Man, that surprised me today. And by the way, at the end of the game, he looked one of the more stronger players, still plenty of running in him. That surprised me. So it just shows you that he has got it. But he needs to, if he's going to stay, which I don't know if I want him to stay, but if he does stay, he needs to cut out that Scotland carry on, you know what I mean? Because there you are, if he cuts that out, he's got that 90 minutes plus in him, and plus 2 and 3 games in the trot he can play instead of this one every occasionally, and we can't play a full 90 minutes. He proved today he can.
Handsome. I thought we're poorer players today. Only my opinion, you might see it different. Obviously, Barner was involved with the goal, and I thought his crossing wasn't up to his usual standard. And then he had the 2 shots. Were fresh years, if I've been honest. And I didn't think Lundstrom's passing was as good as it was last week's second half. Maybe being overcritical, David. Maybe the conditions and something to do with both, but that's the way I've seen it.
Yeah, I'll go with that 100%. Lundstrom, I thought he was ready to come up before he did. But it turned out put a shift in. That was the best thing. Well, still need to go, so let one of the boys come out. I'll catch up with you during the week, boys, all right? And as I said, it's getting to the final, and we are there. No surrender.
Cheers, David. Bye. Well, we've reached that time of the evening. Give your final thoughts.
Well, I'm glad. I'm really, really glad and happy that we're in the final, because we deserved it, mate. We really did deserve it. Some good performances on a tricky surface. So, happy, mate. Really, really happy. On to the next game now.
Here. It'll be a tough game at Kilmarnock due to that pitch taking its toll, and with only little rest. But we'll see what it takes us, mate.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks to Wally, Davey, and Carl. I'm not here for Carl for a while. Thanks for joining us. Thanks your good self, Albert, for taking the time to join us here today. Fox and Old School Bloom for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. We might even mention Kevin Nisbet. Take it away. Who's
that team they call it? Just who's that team they all adore? They're the boys who loyal blue and the Scotland talent, and the heart to show the world what they can do. Some people say the Alma did the games.